Okay, if this were a bikini, okay?
Yeah.
Here's the thing is, okay, cap and trade does it, okay, this bikini doesn't cover much, but cap and trade, on the other hand, if this were a bikini, covers everything.
Covers everything. That's right. That is a good explanation. Cap and trade covers everything. And people don't really understand. They only think of it, well, it's only going to be energy. No. It's got to be.
What else were you saying about cap and trade?
Okay, no, actually we're just
Oh,
talking.
that it's not a tax.
It's
People
not a
think it's
tax. People, it's not, well, okay, like, this is old Cam and
Oh, are we talking right now?
yeah, we're going to talk about this.
Are we online now?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're going to explain, okay, let's try, okay, now, what happened was,
Okay, are we starting from the beginning now?
we'll try, I'll give the explanation to build up first, that what happened was, we were being very facetious, which is that we were making fun of cap and trade.
We were being satirical about cap and trade.
Yeah, and what happened was, Bikini Czar segment, which we thought, it would be funny, and it got awful serious. I mean, people have been emailing us. This is the 4th time we've done it, and every time we do it, they send us tons of emails telling us about all the things that we didn't include.
Well, so part of it is that this is a cap and trade update.
Cap and trade update,
Okay.
and it's just about, people out there. I mean, if we use a simple barometer of the emails that the Bikini Czar has got, it is really a hot button topic with the public.
Topic. It's a hot tuna. Oh, wait a minute. Here's a hot tuna.
That's a hot tuna, yeah.
Yeah, this is a hot tuna bikini.
Yeah, but we're going to try to give you another explanation of what, like I said, cap and trade is only a tax on energy, but it's what happens after that energy tax.
Well, part of it is a lot of people think, oh, cap and trade is bad and all this other things. So you think that you're going to be paying higher in taxes. Well, it's actually not taxing like a sales tax. It's an energy tax.
It's an energy tax, and the energy tax is only going to hit energy. But what does energy produce that's right in front of us?
Oh, and it produces the products. Because I'm thinking of like your cell phones, because you think you're on the plan and it costs you, we're going to just say $100 a month.
Yeah.
Well, by the time you get your phone bill, because when you signed up for it, they said it was going to be $100 a month or $99.99. You get your phone bill and it's $130, and you go, but wait a minute, I thought I was going to pay $100.
Yeah.
And they have this fine line. What is it, like utilities tax?
Yeah, they got you got utilities tax, you got a state tax, you got a federal tax, you have a 911 tax.
Right, because part of it is, all you understand is that it's costing you more than you had anticipated, and there's taxes included, no matter what they're calling the taxes. Well, the same thing with cap and trade is it's not showing up like a tax per se, like a line item tax,
Yeah.
right? It's showing up in the end use overall pricing.
Yeah, so when they tell you, okay, the Obama people and the Al Gore people and the climate people are all right when they say it is not going to lead to a substantial tax on you.
But it will lead to a possibly substantial increase in the price of what you are acquiring or paying for.
That's where the hurt's got to happen. That's where the Republicans and the people that are anti it say that it's going to add $2,000 to $3,000 a year to every family's expenditures. But everybody phrases it, the Democrats phrase it as if there's no tax on the consumers, and the Republicans simply rephrase it as there is, and they're both wrong. Because there is, it's an indirect tax, but there is not the tax. You're not going to have $3,000 in new taxes, no. You're gonna have,
Okay. See, part of it is technically, in a way, they are both right. Because it doesn't, in a legal sense, it's not a tax. But in the end pricing,
that's right.
the result is from taxes for energy results in higher price.
That's right. And well, we got like we use her white swimsuit as an example.
Okay. See, part of it is this little white swimsuit that I cannot wear on the beach here in Southern California. Oh yeah, these are the bottoms,
Yep.
and this is the top,
Yep.
right? It doesn't cover a whole lot. Sometimes they call these a dental floss bikini.
Yep.
But I really like this one though.
Yeah,
This one's
so
fun.
does everybody else.
It's not really self-constricting. But this one doesn't cover a whole lot. Whereas cap and trade, you're thinking, okay, energy, what could
It
you
just
use
covers
energy
that.
for?
Okay, you say, well, it's like the bikini there. It only covers energy.
Yeah, it sounds like it only covers energy. This only covers the private parts that you're not supposed to be seeing.
That's right.
Okay, and barely that. Well, it sounds like it doesn't cover a whole lot, but
So-
what happens is by the time, because every step along the way,
You get fee added.
right, because it requires energy to get the product to you because there's gas,
And it also requires that, it's going
energy to produce the product.
and it's also going to cost they're going to cost a higher wage rate. They're going to get asked for more wages because the fact is costing more to do everything else. They're going to want more money.
And energy and like lighting is
Yeah.
energy, which is the lighting required to keep a business operating.
Yep.
Right? Power to power your consumer electronics, whether it's your laptop, your PC, your cell phone.
Yep.
So,
And then to
actually-
dispose, you're going to have to pay the higher disposal fees because the more stuff that, the higher they're going to want to make back the money that they're losing in other areas. So they raise the cost of disposal of your merchandise.
well, part of it is we were just talking about consumer electronics before we started talking about cap and trade, and consumer electronics is almost all encompassing. Because consumer electronics requires what's the definition?
Anything,
Broad definition.
anything that has has a circuit board that is not meant for professional use.
Okay, so that's just the consumer end. Because any of these things that require a circuit board typically require power, which in other words is energy.
That's right.
Okay.
And you have to pay for it.
And so the consumer electronics, by nature, now we're not even talking about pro stuff, includes everything from when you wake up in the morning to when you go to sleep, from the watch you're wearing, your Bluetooth earpiece, your cell phone,
Your toothbrush.
your toothbrush, your remote control for your car,
Yep.
the alarm clock.
Well, yeah, and even
I mean-
we're talking toilets now are becoming consumer
that's
electronics.
right. And there's even like the hand dryers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the consumer electronics is all encompassing. That's the consumer side. If you expand it to the pro side, and all of those items require energy, God,
Yep.
that's like, by the time you think of everything that could possibly be taxed that requires energy,
Well, it goes from the size of this swimsuit to
it goes from this, which is what you think you might be, paying more for, which doesn't cover a whole lot, to being something more like this,
which
being your string bikini.
that's what it, that's an example of what the cap and trade is going to do. It's going to be covers everything.
It covers everything. And as you can see, if I go like this,
That's right. You can't even see her anymore because it is so big. And it's not being facetious, too, because we'll use this as an example. This material will be too expensive to be made in this country. Because
it probably isn't made in this
no, but
country
it would
right
be
now.
because of the cap and trade. You buy it from a country that doesn't have cap and trade and bring it in. And it theoretically would save money, but then what happens as soon as it hits our shoreline?
Well, as you get taxes. But you know what? Part of it is if it's totally manufactured in another country, you only get taxed on the energy required when it brings it in, versus taxes all along the step of the way.
Yeah, but they'll still, okay, they'll hit you on the energy used for it to be shipped from the docks to the next spot, and then the energy from the next spot to the next spot, and then to the stores, and then for the consumers to go pick the stuff up. You're still getting hit by all of that.
So even if it's something that you might consider nominal, like 3%, by the time you add 3% to 50 steps,
Yeah. It's
or 20 steps,
okay, actually, an example would be the Japanese system of jobs for life. Remember that every single thing along the line was done by individuals. They would, the materials would be gotten. They would be handed to somebody else. That person would hand them to somebody else. They'd be manufactured by somebody else. They'd hand it to somebody else. They'd be delivered by somebody else. They would be put on the shelf by somebody else. And this is what's happened. This is how you're going to be hit with cap and trade.
I can let you